guys, so this video, it was not originally in the books to film, but I feel like I got slightly peer pressured here. I was also getting comments from a handful of you guys, much more than expected, saying you were excited to see my new Viseart palette review. You were excited to see what I thought of the new palette, asking what I thought about it. And after seeing it a dozen times, I was like, I gotta look into this palette. And then I was seeing people reviewing it, and I think from what I could tell, the titles at least, they seem to really be loving it. So alas, here we are. Today's video, the main focus is going to be on the newest Viseart palette, the Sireneus Etendu. I do try to review all of the new Viseart palettes when I can. Sometimes, you know, I drop the ball a little bit and I don't have the opportunity to, but this one seemed to be very highly requested. And I've got to admit, you guys, it's stunning. It is boring, but not that boring, but stunning. So I swatched this already. I'm excited to get this on my eyes, and I was like, let's make this an occasion. I'm going to do a full face, get ready. I have some new products, some old and well-loved products. I'm going to have the timestamps if you just are here for the review of the palette, and if I haven't put them in, because sometimes I forget in between the process of filming and uploading, so yell at me in the comments and I will add those timestamps. But I'm gonna have timestamps if you just want to get to the palette, but if you want to hang out, get ready with me, put on some makeup, just stay right here. Okay, we'll start off with a little bit of complexion. You guys know the strange order that I do this, and I have a strange primer that I want to dry. I just popped on the, I don't even know what brand this is. I got this SPF in Japan. And then, it's not sunny at all, you guys. It's been a little dreary in Maryland. This guy, glue. No, this is the NYX, the Face Glue Gripping Primer. I think it's their take on the Milk Makeup Primer, but honestly, a lot cuter. I've been meaning to try this, and since I'm kind of just playing around with makeup today, I thought I would do half of my face with it. See if there's a difference. I don't know, this just looked fun to me. How do you get this off? Okay. Okay. It straight up looks like Elmer's glue. Okay, let's see how this is. Nice consistency. I mean, this came out a few weeks ago. Lately, the drugstore makeup market has been a little bit yawn for me. For a while earlier in the year and a little bit last year, it felt like the drugstore was really inspiring me and I really wanted to test more. Of late, have not felt that inspiration, though I do have a couple of drugstore products in today's video. My face is sticky. Now, if you don't watch my videos religiously, you should. Understandable if you don't. I post a lot. I always say gripping primers really aren't it for me. I just want something hydrating, honestly. But the makeup reviewer in me, I've got to test it anyways. This side, it's sticky. We'll let it set down to see if it loses its stickiness. I don't know, I feel like if it keeps its stickiness, it helps the makeup last longer. And then if it goes away, does it really help makeup last longer? I also think it makes it harder to blend products on top of, but rant over. Foundation, I wanted to do a foundation I was familiar with that's still fairly new that I've been very much enjoying. What shade do I wear? Why do I have two? This is the LYS foundation stick. I use the shade MN3, so it is a new foundation, but I've used it a lot. I've already speed reviewed it, so it's in the general population, and I just find it's a product that I've been wanting to reach for a lot, so that's a good sign. And you guys, I'm telling you, LYS has the secret sauce with their lab for their sticks. I mean, they really do create the creamiest formulations. I'm using the BK Beauty 101 brush from their Holy Grail trio, which it's not necessarily a rant. I don't know when this video is going up, but I'm filming this on Tuesday, November 19th, and the Black Friday sales have already started for a lot of brands, BK Beauty included, which, by the way, 30% off, really good deal. I'll link it, I'll tag it, because I definitely recommend shopping this sale if you are on the market for some new brushes. But it's Tuesday, like 10 days before Thanksgiving, 9 days. Anyways, I think it's great that we have more time to shop and be a little bit more thoughtful with our purchases, but like the spirit of Black Friday, I sound like an old person, but I just miss the spirit of it actually being like Thursday night. Anyways, the rush, man, the rush it gave me. Did you see how easily that blended in? The NYX, still a little sticky. I think that's good, honestly. But this, buttery. Shout out to this brush for getting it done so fast, too. I wanted to see if it would dry down. Honestly, it kind of didn't. Yeah, and even, I can tell, this foundation stick is harder to drag over the skin. Like, why do I want that? Oily skin girls, though, I hear you and I see you, though. I understand why you would want something that grips onto your makeup. It's fine. I'm gonna be more wrinkly than you with my dry skin when we're old. So you're really the winner here. Aging is beautiful though. Don't take offense to that. Gosh, I love this foundation. Not even reviewing this foundation, but like, so good. Okay, brows. This will probably be boring. I'm gonna be fast with this. I'm using the Makeup by Mario Master Blade Brow Pencil and the ABH Brow Freeze Gel. Cue the elevator music, Jose. Sireneus Etendu. Let's get into it. And if you're switching over from the timestamps, hello, you missed some good products. Anyways, let's take you into the swatches. I wanted to swatch this in front of natural light so you can get a look at the texture, how they swatch, and it's good. Let's go. So here is the box that the palette is going to come in, the Sireneus Etendu. One thing that's so incredible about Viseart shadows is they have a 36-month shelf life, made in the USA, and we have all of the names of the shades here. And then it just slides out, and it has a little bit of a texture on it. It feels thicker than palettes in the past. Okay, yes, so packaging is a little bit different. Here's an older Etendu palette. You can see it's thinner. I mean, I love how thin these are, but it's not like these are big by any means. Then you have a ribbon to pull it over. And if you don't know, when it comes to Viseart palettes, hold on, I gotta figure this out. They are designed to stand like an easel. And there's magnets in here, so it holds up and stands up really well. So for example, in the older packaging, to stand it up, you would fold it like this. The packaging of this is thicker because of the magnets, so it's actually a lot more sturdy. It comes with this film that you can use to protect the colors if you want, or you can just rip it off. But wow! Oh my gosh! I love it. If you love cool toned neutrals, you have met your match. This palette is really approachable, but still, like, we have some fun colors here. Let's swatch this row right here. Looks like we have a duochrome shadow. I'm not saying the shade names because my French, I've never taken a French course, so I get corrected too many times in the comments. Okay, these look really nice. These don't feel as like creamy, but they're swatching beautifully. Going for the middle row now. You guys, this palette is so up my alley. So up my alley. And then the final four. Sometimes in the past, I feel like Viseart's been a little inconsistent with their quality. This feels amazing. And there is not a single shade that I am concerned about. Normally I can tell that there's like a dud or two in the palette, but wow, gorgeous, really, really gorgeous. I am feeling quite optimistic about this palette. In the past, Viseart has launched palettes that I just felt like were a little inconsistent, some troublesome shades. I don't feel that way about today's palette. I don't know, should I do 2 looks? No, we're gonna do 1. Sorry. Sorry if you wanted that. I'm gonna start off with this shade right here, and I'm just gonna press this to set my concealer. So I did put just a little bit of concealer on my underbrow to clean it up, a little bit in the inner corner, And then I do have some Milani eyeshadow primer on my eyelid right now. So I did prep my eyelids off camera. Just the usual. Okay, great. I love that they have this shade. This could also be really pretty if you're doing a really simple look, just all over the eyelid. And then we're going to build a little bit of depth with this shade here. Now, Viseart's mattes are a little bit powdery, so just be prepared for that. You can get some kick up from it, so that's why I don't have any concealer on right now. And this, on my skin tone, is the perfect super natural shadow shade. Really great for shading the crease area. If you're a little bit deeper, obviously, you'll have to find a different use for it. It gets used in a different way. But for me, that actually adds a really nice shadow. Now, for this palette being majority cool toned, you do also have this shade, which is a little on the warm side. I want to play up with the cools today, though. No need for me to warm it up yet. And I'm going to go straight down into this shade right here, which is almost like a matte. Well, it is a matte gray with a little bit of almost purple in there. Mauviness. And I'm just poking this here in the outer corner of my eye. And, you know, I'm always tempted to do a halo eye. When a palette's really pretty, I just feel like, this would make a beautiful halo eye. Especially cool-toned halo eyes. They are scrumptious. But the pigment built up super easy, and it's blending by itself. If you're not familiar with Viseart, they are such an underrated brand. They're really known in the pro artistry industry because their palettes are truly made and designed to be used, like on set, in those certain situations. But I love these Etendu style palettes because they're so much more consumer friendly. Back in the day, if you were around, $80 palettes is what Viseart sold. Only $80, so it was really not approachable for the average consumer. Ever since they launched these petite palettes and these Etendu palettes, like now you can get 12 Viseart quality shades for $44. That's half the price. It's less product, but I think it was one of the best things they could have done for the brand because, I mean, the $80 palettes, they also made sense for pro artists, but if you want to reach the consumer market, you know, this was the right move on their part, and it's just working out gorgeous. I'm not doing anything crazy, you guys. I have class soon. Let's add a little bit of depth. Of course, I want to play with the blues a little bit because that's the fun part of this palette. Going in with this dark, it's almost black, and it's more of a satin finish. There's a little bit of glitters in there, and I'm just darkening up. And I barely tapped in because I didn't want it to be too dark and smoky, and I got a lot of pigment from that. So these are very pigmented. But what I like, even though they're pigmented, they're very easy to blend out and work with, so it is a little bit more easy to use, which is to be expected from the formula. If you guys have seen my Viseart collection, I know that brand inside out, and this is some good work on their part, comparing it to what I've experienced from the brand, which is always very, very good, but there is the occasional dud, if you ask me. And also in terms of comparisons, I'm just not doing that for today's video. Obviously, if I dig through my collection, I'm gonna find some similar palettes. I've accepted the palettes are all gonna kind of look the same, but I think this one's a little bit different. I really do. Okay, and then we have to go with like the one pop shade in this palette. It's a duochrome kind of shade. And I'm just pressing that on the eyelid. It seemed a little bit, not chunky, but just a little bit looser, like you can see the texture on my eyelid. That's really pretty. I mean, this isn't like the most unique duochrome in the world. So many duochromes have this shift, but it's really gorgeous. And I'm going to show you with a Rephr 28 brush that you can apply it to, but it might be a little bit messy. This is a shade that can give some fallout. It's not really adhering to the lid super well. It needs worked in, or a sticky base, which is not great, but this is the only shade that felt like this, so I'll give them a little bit of a pass. I know I don't know what I did there, but I did something not cute. Now there's like a lot of beigey, silvery, grayy shades to choose from. We have a gold here too, but it is this one that needs to be put all over the eyelid. That's what it told me. And I'm just gonna fill in the rest of the lid. The shade is gorgeous. It's applying beautifully with a brush. Generally speaking, Viseart's one of those few brands that can be applied with a finger or with a brush. And that's how you know it's really good quality, which is important for makeup artists because if you want to be hygienic and fast, brushes are the best way to go. I mean, yeah, what a stunning look. We have some other options here just looking at the palette that I haven't used. Like I haven't used this. This could be cool for a liner or an outer corner color. A couple different lid options. You have more of like a mid-tone brown. This is mid-toned. You have a gold, and then you have this almost more bronzy shade that's a little bit brighter. I wish there was a little bit more variety in the shimmers, but hey, it's fine. It's fine. And I'm going to go back into this shade, which didn't pull as blue as I thought it was going to. And first of all, I need to figure this situation out. I don't know. And I'm going to press this along my lash line. And it's this technique that makes it dangerous to have any concealer on because we can get a lot of fallout with this. But I'm just pressing with an angled brush. This is from Palladio. I got it from an event that I went to last year. And I've just used it for pressing on my shadow liner ever since. What do they call it? Just the angle brush. And then the millennial in me just feels like my makeup looks incomplete without just the littlest wing. I mean, this is not the littlest wing, but in general, I've got to have my wing. And this is working out really well. I'm going to take a small smudger brush, Morphe M213. I don't know if this still exists, but it's the best little shape for this. And then now we have to clean up. Just take a little bit of concealer, and if you have any fallout, brush that away at this point as well. Probably should have done this before I laid the concealer down, but you don't want the pigments to blend in with the concealer. I'm just using this to clean up the edge, sharpen up the wing. And then we're not done with the palette, no, but we're gonna do the lower lash line soon. For concealer, I just recently did like my favorite hydrating concealer, non-creasy concealers, and so I brought out the Kofi Main Match Concealer, which I put down for a while because I was using it too much. She's back in business. I'm just gonna put her down, and this is super duper hydrating, but it also self-sets, so you really don't need to set that much. I'm going to today because there's a powder I want to play with that it was in my speed reviews drawer, the powder that I'm talking about, that I just want to use a little bit more today. So when I say my speed reviews drawer, it's just products that are currently being tested, and I'm figuring out my thoughts on them. So I have something from there. This concealer is just gives good coverage. It's not drying. It'll last a long time. Check out that video if you haven't, if you need some concealer recommendations, because I put some of the best products in that video. And then before I set, let's do the cream contour product that I have. This is from Westman Atelier. It's their Biscuit Face Trace Contour Stick. Another product that I wasn't using for a while, and I pulled it out, and now she's still here. She's still being used. So, just gonna draw this on. Just like that. Because I did not pull a powder bronzer. This is gonna have to be the shading on the face. And then I'm using BK Beauty HG 109 brush to blend this out. This just has the perfect shape to get into those crevices of the face. And I love these bristles for liquid and cream product as well. They don't soak up any product, but they're still super soft. And then to get back to the eyes, I'm going to use this one. you are the chosen one. This is the Makeup Forever HD Skin Setting Powder. I'm going to use the shade Corrective Lavender. I just feel like it'll look good with the tones that I'm using. So I did like a full face sorts of new products, and I pulled this one out because it's been in my to try bin for such a long time, and a situation just hadn't arisen where I needed to use it. And now that I have it, I want to use it some more, of course. And it's very, very nice, I have to say. Now, if you know, did they reformulate this? Is this new, or is it just new packaging? I know these are new colors, but I do have a Makeup Forever HD Skin Setting Powder in my collection, and the packaging is not very good. So this is nice, but I don't know if they completely reformulated, because don't you, like, have you noticed so many brands, particularly in the luxury front, are reformulating all of their formulas to be like cruelty-free, talc-free. I mean, I understand the sentiments, but you know they're only doing it to make more money. And I miss some of those older formulas. Like Dior, I'm talking to you. You took so many good things and made them less good. Even though Dior is still one of the best quality makeup brands. The Air Flash, man. I just will never get over Air Flash never being back out. Anyways, this powder is like stunning. Okay, back to the eyes. We're gonna finish up with this palette. I'm just in debates here, paying no mind to my thoughts. Okay, we're gonna use this shade, the matte gray shade. We're gonna run this halfway. This is from What's Up Beauty, this brush. What is it? R101. Okay, I'm literally just wiping it on a towel right now. And I'm going to take this beautiful shade, the inner corner shade, and I'm going to bring it down to the inner corner as well. And then this shimmer shade. Make sure you tap off the excess. Okay, final sentiments about this palette. Of course, this is my first time using it. You are gonna have to be subscribed to me because I will do a rankings video at the end of the year, I guess, at this point, after I've used this some more, and you can kind of see where it stands out amongst other palettes. But I'm loving this so far. It's at great Viseart quality. It seems to be very consistent this time around. Just the shade's a little messy, but it's not even that bad. The color story is gorgeous. If you love cool tones, like cool tone neutrals, I would say it's definitely very winter appropriate. It's a good one. Is it worth the hype that I've been seeing? Yes. So I see why you guys have been asking me to try it, because it is really, really nice. I might go back to this dark shade eventually and have an inner corner wing at the end of this, but I want to finish the rest of my makeup first. So if you were here for the review, it gets a thumbs up for me. But let's finish the rest of the makeup. Ooh, this one has been in queue for me to try too, so I'm excited. These are the Singe Beauty Silk Blushes. Angelica Nyquist's brand, and I just feel like I know they're gonna be good. I'm just debating what shade I want. Oh my gosh, there's a shade called Timid Tomato. That's adorable. I love tomatoes. I eat them all the time. Just like snacks, you know, some cherry tomatoes, pop them in your mouth. Anyways, the shade I am gonna do is Riveting Rhubarb, because I think it's the best match. I think some of these are a little warm for today's look. There's not really, of the ones I have, super cool toned or like purple. Okay, no, we're gonna go with this one. So, ooh, very silky feeling. Nice. Okay, a little bit of kickback. So just tap off your brush if you don't want too much pigment on at once. Ooh, this shade's very cute for the winter. Am I seeing like a very subtle satin here? It doesn't seem to be like soul-suckingly matte, which I like that aspect. Has a little bit of life in it. Not that I don't like soul-suckingly dry mattes. There's a place for those too. Hi, okay, gorgeous. Really silky, hence the name Silk Blush. I like that. Okay. I just realized I did pull something. Oh, something I'm gonna throw everywhere. I pulled a little contour that I can set with. So this is from M Cosmetics. It's the Sculpting Powder Bronzer in Slip. This is a nice handy dandy little powder, and I'm really especially going to focus it into my hairline to just kind of even everything out. And this has a little bit more warmth than the Westman Atelier, so I'm just putting that along the hairline. And then the last complexion to finish us off today I have also from NYX. So you recall at the beginning of this video we used the face glue. There also is the face glue setting spray, which is transfer resistant makeup setting spray. Let's see. Oh, okay. I thought it had a bad spray there for a second. So tiny. The way I like drench my face, that's not gonna last long. Okay, I'm just gonna give this a second to dry and soak in. To be honest, I can't really tell you if this does anything or not. You're gonna have to be subscribed to my channel for my speed reviews where I can give you the update. But I can say complexion up to this point looks really lovely and smooth. I mean, a large majority of that has to do with this foundation stick, but everything else was working for it too. While mascara is drying, I just popped on the Lancome Monsieur Big. Want that to dry down before I curl them. Let's do our lips. I've already gone through and picked out what colors I want to use, but I did receive their line from Revolution Beauty of the pout liners. They're plumping lip liners, which I know Too Faced has something similar, which I'm not a big fan of, but we'll see what we think. Lately, Revolution Beauty, they've been doing such a good job with their line, and these also look like they're going to be good. We'll see. We'll see. They seemed pretty creamy. I want them to sit down to see if they actually do sit down and stay put, but the color I'm going to use is Kiss Baby Pink. They didn't have like a good cool toned color, so this will have to do. You know, I'm always looking for like a cool tone brown for my lip liner, especially for a look like this, but this will do. Oh, why am I lining so horribly? I think I'm hungry. My hands are shaking. I need to eat lunch. It's late, too. It's almost 3. And I did a heavyweight leg day today. So, gotta get more food in my body. Okay. Ooh. Painful. Like the Too Faced. I don't like that. I like a plumping lip gloss, but the lip liner, it does kind of set down a little bit. It's not like one that dries down to be super unmovable, but it definitely settles down. And then Rephr Beauty, Ali Glein's beauty brand, they launched 3 new shades of their Effortless Lips, which I would say is like a very hydrating, buildable lipstick. The new shade in Daisy had my name written all over it. But these are the shades as I was swatching them. I'm going to go for this one. It has a slight peach tone to it. I don't know if it's going to go good with this lip liner, but you see how it's sheer? Then you can build up the color if you want. With this lip liner, though, I might need to go back to the drawing board with something deeper. Because also my lips are dry. Let me try a different lip liner, perhaps. This one is warmer than I wanted. Chauffeur Nude. I just need more depth. But this color is very pretty. The Effortless Lips is what I'm talking about from Rephr. I like that better. I needed something with just a little bit more depth if I'm using a lip color that light. But that ended up being a really pretty nude lip combo. What do you think? Should I get falsies on? Nothing completes a look like falsies. I'm using the best lash curler in the world by Shiseido, which honestly makes me feel like I sometimes do not need falsies. Because it just brings the lashes to life. Ooh, I got a clump. Ooh. I mean, don't get me wrong, a lash would do wonders for this look, but I don't need them. Ooh, you guys, this look is so pretty. Look at that. Now I'm just talking to talk. Like, I'm trying to hang on to you. Like, I want to hang out with you some more. Okay, let me do this outro. I'm loving this kind of midnight sky kind of look, but that's all I have for today's video. Thank you so much for getting ready with me. I hope you were getting ready with me too, or having a good meal, or a snack, or relaxing. Thoughts on the new Viseart palette? It's a good one. If you like Viseart, you like their formula, and you like this color story, it's definitely a go for it moment. You can get it at Beautylish. It also is available on the Viseart website. Maybe hold off, because Viseart normally has the most amazing sales for Black Friday. Hopefully that'll go on sale. They did good with this one for sure. And then all of the other products on my face, I have to say, my makeup today in particular, it's looking really nice. The only product that I'm like about are the lip liners, just because I don't like the feeling of them. And I don't know about this, just because it's been on my face for 5 minutes. But everything else contributed to everything looking really nice. So I'll have that all linked in the description box and tag what I can. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you. Oh, and thank you to those of you, by the way, who did request or ask me about this palette, because without you, I wouldn't look like this one. So bye.